Good morning, afternoon, and or evening. This is Derek, Professor Silly Gaming, and we are going to finish off Dragon Age Origins today. So, we've gotten everything we needed. We've gotten all the parts of our army we needed. We've taken care of the Landsmeet. That was last time. Alistair will not be the king. That will be Queen Anora will be the ruler. Loghain was sacrificed, but that's because we want to keep Alistair. We also last time defeated Flemeth, giving the Grimoire to Morrigan, and Morrigan got all sappy, and as to be expected.
It is a relief to see you unharmed, and you as well, Alistair. The Darkspawn that attacked Redcliffe were relatively few in number, I'm afraid. It was assumed the Horde was marching in this direction, but that is not true.
Riordan tells us that the bulk of the Horde is in fact heading towards Denerim. They are perhaps 2 days away from the capital.
What? Are we sure about that? I mean, if that's true...
I ventured close enough to listen in, as it were. I am quite certain.
Well, then we need to get there at once.
There is, I'm afraid, one other piece of news that is of even greater concern. The Archdemon has shown itself. The dragon is at the head of the Horde.
Maker preserve us. But we can't reach Denerim within 2 days, can we? It's too far.
We must begin a forced march to the capital immediately with what we have. Denerim must be defended at all costs.
I agree.
The Horde must be defeated, but the Archdemon is our true target. And only the Grey Wardens can defeat the Archdemon. That is why we must go.
Then we march, and hope the army we've collected here gives us the chance we need. Al-Eamon, how long before the army can set out?
By daybreak.
Then let's get them ready. I won't let all those people die without giving them a chance.
Excellent. Off to war then.
I will give the orders at once, and will notify you the moment we are ready to march.
That would be appreciated.
Then if you and Alistair could meet me before you retire, we have Grey Warden business to discuss.
I will have someone show you to your rooms. I suggest you all get some rest while you can. We will need it.
All right, cool. Let's go have our super secret conversation, learn the super secrets of the secrets.
You're both here. Good. You're new to the Grey Wardens, and you may not have been told how an Archdemon is slain. I need to know if that is so.
You mean there's more to it than just, say, chopping off its head?
So it is true. Duncan had not yet told you. I had simply assumed. Tell me, have you ever wondered why the Grey Wardens are needed to defeat the Darkspawn?
I had wondered that, yes, but I assume it has something to do with the taint.
That is exactly what it involves. The Archdemon may be slain, as any other Darkspawn, but should any other than a Grey Warden do the slaying, it will not be enough. The essence of the beast will pass through the taint to the nearest Darkspawn and will be reborn anew in that body. The dragon is thus all but immortal. But if the Archdemon is slain by a Grey Warden, its essence travels into the Grey Warden instead.
And that doesn't sound very healthy.
A Darkspawn is an empty, soulless vessel, but a Grey Warden is not. The essence of the Archdemon is destroyed, and so is the Grey Warden.
Meaning the Grey Warden who kills the Archdemon dies?
Yes. Without the Archdemon, the blight ends. It is the only way.
Then it's up to the three of us.
In Blight's past, when the time came, the eldest of the Grey Wardens would decide which amongst them would take that final blow. If possible, the final blow should be mine to make. I am the eldest, and the taint will not spare me much longer. But if I fail, the deed falls on you. The blight must be stopped now, or it will destroy all of Ferelden before the rest of the Grey Wardens can assemble. Remember that. But enough. There will be much to do tomorrow, and little enough time to rest before it. I will let you return to your rooms.
I will see you once the army is ready to march, then. I guess this ends soon. One way or another.
That it does, my friend. That it does.
Do not be alarmed. It is only I.
Yeah, I'm not alarmed.
I did not come here to speak of sentimental things. I came here to speak with you. I have a plan, you see. A way out. The loop in your hole. I know what happens when the Archdemon dies. I know a Grey Warden must be sacrificed, and that sacrifice could be you. I have come to tell you that this does not need to be.
All right. What do you mean?
I offer a way out. A way out for all the Grey Wardens, that there need be no sacrifice. A ritual. Performed on the eve of battle, in the dark of night.
What sort of ritual are you thinking?
It is old magic. From a time before the Circle of Magi was created. Some might call it blood magic, but that is but a name. There is far more to fear in this world than names.
And where did you get this ritual?
From Flemeth, of course. I have known about it for some time.
All right. Let's hear the details.
What I propose is this. Lay with me, here tonight, and from our joining, a child will be conceived. The child will bear the taint, and when the Archdemon is slain, its essence will seek the child like a beacon. At this early stage, the child can absorb that essence and not perish. The Archdemon is still destroyed with no Grey Warden dying in the process.
And so the child becomes a Darkspawn?
Not at all. It will become something different. A child born with the soul of an old god. After this is done, you allow me to walk away, and you do not follow. Ever. The child will be mine to raise as I wish.
All right. I do want to know more about the child.
As you wish.
What will the child become?
Allow me to say that what I seek is the essence of the old god that once was, and not the dark forces that corrupted it. Some things are worth preserving in this world. Make of that what you will.
And what do you intend to do with this child?
I do not wish to tell you.
Will I ever see the child?
No, you never will. This is all I ask in return for freeing you from the burden the Grey Wardens have placed upon you.
And the child won't be hurt?
Ignoring that after but one night it could barely be called a child, no, it will not be hurt. It will be changed.
I see.
Then you have decided?
I'm going to ask this question.
It's why I was sent with you by my mother. It's why she saved your life to begin with. Caring for you was not part of the plan, but I cannot let what I feel interfere with what I must do. This is important to me. The fact that it may save your life makes me all the more determined to see it done. Please, do not cloud the issue. If you feel anything for me, then accept that it will make what we must do that much easier.
And I'll never see you again.
After the Archdemon has been slain? No. No, you will never see me again. Refuse my offer, however, and I leave now. This is simply how it must be.
All right.
A wise decision. Come, my love. Put the thoughts of the ritual aside and let us make this last night together one to remember.
We have gathered all the forces we can. The Darkspawn Horde is sure to reach the capital before us. And so we must race to Denerim as quickly as we can. The lives of many thousands hang in the balance. We must not forsake them. You have gathered an army to replace the one lost at Ostagar, Grey Warden. Let us pray that it will be enough.
All right, we have arrived. Alistair, you need to give a rousing, inspirational speech, and don't fuck it up.
Before us stands the might of the Darkspawn Horde. Gaze upon them now, but fear them not. The man beside me is a native of Ferelden, now risen to the ranks of the Grey Wardens. He is proof that glory is within reach of us all. He has survived despite the odds, and without him, none of us would be here. Today, we saved Denerim. Today, we avenged the death of my brother King Kaelan. But most of all, today, we show the Grey Wardens that we remember and honor their sacrifice. For Ferelden, for the Grey Wardens!
You've managed to fight your way to the gates. We're doing better than I hoped.
That will change quickly.
Bloody nug runners are outnumbered 3-1.
The army will not last long, so we need to move quickly to reach the Archdemon. I suggest taking Alistair and no more than 2 others with you into the city. Anyone you don't bring with you can remain here to prevent more Darkspawn from entering Denerim on our tails.
Excellent. Yeah, Flying Dragon.
We're going to need to reach a high point in the city. I'm thinking the top of Fort Draken might work.
The top of... You want to draw the dragon's attention?
We have little choice, though I warn you that as soon as we engage the beast, it will call all its generals to help it. I can sense 2 generals in Denerim. You may wish to seek them out before going to Fort Draken.
I am sure that if we did slay those generals, it would stop the Darkspawn in the city from doing a lot of harm.
It may also waste resources trying to find them. The decision is up to you.
All right.
There are already several units of our allies within the city by now. They may be able to come to your assistance if you call them, but their strength will be limited. Now, who do you wish to take with you into the...
Right, we are definitely going to take the generals out. Otherwise, the final fight's going to be way stupid difficult. But I'm going to edit all of it out because they could be episodes unto themselves. So, you're welcome. Not cool. Right, had to do the Alien Age twice because I got my ass kicked the first time, but we got it. We got through it. Aw, dag nabbit. All right, what cutscene? No, it was the Sten, Ogren, and Stinky fight. We did it. Womp, womp, womp. All right, that allows us to get to Fort Dracon. Not Dracon? Dracon? I don't know. Whew. We're going through our reinforcements. Okay, everybody, here's what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to call reinforcements, and we want archers. Oh, well, that's the only ones we can call. So, well, maybe. Maybe those grayed out after I called them. Regardless. Life ward on Liliana. Ready? Morgan almost went down. Alright. Disappears. Now we've got everybody. Where is he? Where is he? Over there. He's got about a third of his health left. We have very few potions. That. Frankly, I can take that. Heal. Alright, I'm running low on mana. Let's go ahead and drink a potent. Come on, we almost got her. We almost got her. Oh, Alistair's down. Shit. Do I have enough? Yes. Alistair, get back in here. Last potion. Got him? Alistair, look at you go. Yes. Yes. Oh, okay, no. And then a second cutscene.
over. With the archdemon dead, the Darkspawn horde quickly crumbled. Most fled back into the deep roads. They would remain a threat in the years to come, but the blight had been ended before it had truly begun. Ferelden had been saved, and the entire kingdom rose up to joyously greet its queen. The Grey Wardens stood redeemed, and a new age had begun. But at what cost?
My friends, we are gathered to celebrate those responsible for our victory. Of those who stood against the Darkspawn siege of Denerim, there is one in particular who deserves commendation. The one who led the charge against the Archdemon and killed it remains with us still. An inspiration to all he saved that day. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the hero of Ferelden. The first Grey Warden to defeat the Blight since Garahel 4 centuries ago. Grey Warden, it is hard to imagine how you could have aided Ferelden more. I think it only appropriate that I return the favor. Is there any boon you might request of Ferelden's queen?
Sacrifices shouldn't be forgotten again.
An excellent point. We can begin with a monument here in Denerim, dedicated to Alistair and all the other Grey Wardens who fell to save us. We should also collect scholars to learn more about the Darkspawn. We'll face them again, here and with the dwarves. Let it also be known that the Arling of Amaranthine, once the land of Arlhow, is now granted to the Grey Wardens. There they can rebuild, following the example of those who went before them. What are your plans? Will you remain with the Grey Wardens?
Well, I totally intend to find Morgan.
My impression was that she didn't want to be found. But I understand. There is a group of eager Ferelden citizens waiting outside to get a look at their hero. I suggest you make at least a brief appearance before they storm the gate. Just tell the guard at the door when you are ready.
So, we made it. I'm impressed, aren't you? The odds were completely against one of us actually getting to the Archdemon. But of course you would make it. I knew you would. I just don't understand how you're still alive. I guess Riordan was wrong?
No, actually it was Morgan.
I had no idea. I suppose that makes sense. Speaking of Morrigan, do you know where she went? I'm told she vanished right after the battle. No goodbyes or anything.
Yeah, we're gonna look.
Good riddance, I say. At any rate, I'm looking forward to meeting the rest of the Grey Wardens when they come. We'll need to rebuild, right? And if I don't get the chance some other time, thanks. For everything.
This is hardly goodbye. And by the way, I noticed that you switched over to that armor, which is an interesting choice.
You're leaving, aren't you? And I'm not. I guess we'll see how things play out. But this certainly feels like an ending. At least for now. I'll let you get to your adoring public. They want to see the hero of Ferelden, and who am I to keep them waiting?
It is very strange to hear so many speak of a mage in such glowing terms. Deserved, of course, but still not what I am accustomed to. Allow me to offer you my congratulations, and my thanks. The tower is now nearly restored to order. It could have been so much worse.
Oh, you're welcome.
It pleases me to see such a young pupil achieve prominence. I look forward to watching what you accomplish next. Now, I should leave you to your celebration. Uldred's revolt has left me very quick to tire these days. Retirement will come soon, I think.
So here we are. The conquering hero has won the day, and now he takes his bow and exits the stage. A fine ending.
You should be taking a bow with me.
And my part was small. I'm happy to watch you receive the accolades. It's quite fun. You know, I can't help now but think of my vision. The Maker sent me to help you, and look what you did. It's a miracle. It truly is. I've been asked by the Chantry to return to the Urn of Sacred Ashes. I need to make sure it's protected. Maybe pilgrims can even begin going there again.
Congratulations.
I expect to leave a month from now with a small army of Templars and priests. It will be a grand adventure of my very own. I'm looking forward to it. At any rate, you should get back to the celebration. We can speak another time.
Are you ready, my lord? The crowds outside are getting restless.
Let's do it.
Right. I'll take you there now. Follow me.
In the months that followed her coronation, Honora proved herself an adept ruler. Trade agreements with other lands quickly brought new funds into the royal coffers, and with them, the queen saw the capital rebuilt. The army was restored, laws were passed to encourage freeholders to produce sufficient harvests, and plans were conceived for a university. Despite Loghain being executed in disgrace, Queen Honora insisted on building a monument to her father overlooking the Orlesian embassy. The statue was largely ignored, save by Honora herself, who voyaged out to the statue once a year to place flowers at its feet. As the years passed, Honora continued to rebuff the advice of Ferelden's nobility, requesting that she remarry. Though prospective suitors from other nations visit Denerim from time to time, the Queen's only comment is that all of them fall far short of the bar she measures them against, that of her father. Ew. News that the Urn of Sacred Ashes had been found in Ferelden did not spread outside the Chantry until Brother Genetivi made an announcement several months after the defeat of the Darkspawn. The manuscript detailing his research and his experience with Andraste's cult drew a huge interest among scholars throughout Thedas. Some years later, the Chantry announced that the resting place of Andraste's ashes had indeed been found. They were located, however, in ruins that were also the lair of a high dragon, thus proving too dangerous to approach. Yeah, I did not take out that dragon. Many made demands to secure the ashes so that followers could undertake pilgrimages to partake of their healing powers. Following numerous failed attempts to deal with the dragon, the beast finally flew off to find another haven, but leaving the mountaintop sanctum in ruins. An excavation found no traces of the urn. That might be for the best. People began to doubt that the ashes had ever been found, while others claimed that a cult of Andraste's followers stole them from the temple. Still others say that the Maker himself removed the urn, deeming mankind unworthy of it. For now, what happened to the urn is simply unknown. Following months of effort, the Tower of the Circle of Magi was finally cleansed of the last spirits to slip through the veil. No further abominations were created, and first Enchanter Irving was pleased to declare the circle safe. All that could be saved had been. With the slavers shut down in the alienage, a lot of the city-born elves improved for a time. A food shortage years later forced Queen Honora to come down hard on elven rioters, an act not quickly forgiven, and a sign that tensions between the elves and humans were far from resolved. Shiani continued to be an outspoken member of the alienage community and in time became the new elder. That outspokenness earned her frequent trouble but served her people well. Arl Aemon returned to Redcliffe, beginning the long task of rebuilding. He found the village already bustling and eager to leave behind the memories of those terrible nights facing the undead. Lady Isolde bore her husband another child, this time a girl. The birth was difficult, however, and Isolde died in Aemon's arms. He named the child Rowan, after his own sister, and raised her with a loving hand. When she began to exhibit affinity for magic at a young age, he gave her over to the Circle for training, but continued to visit her and loved her no less than before. The Dalish elves prospered after the siege of Denerim, having earned much respect for their part in battle. For once, human lands welcomed the wandering folk. Zarathian remained keeper of his clan for many years more, until finally he realized that the world was changing too quickly for him to keep pace. He constantly argued with the human court, increasing tensions until one day he simply vanished. The Dalish searched for him, but it was obvious that he had left of his own volition and did not intend to return. In Orzammar, King Harrowmont quickly put down Balin's rebellion and then passed a series of laws to please the clan lords. Unfortunately, that isolated the dwarves even further from the surface. Caste restrictions and the rights of the nobles both grew, and trade with the human lands was all but cut off. After a law excluding the caste list from common areas of the city was passed, a rebellion saw that slums reduced practically to rubble. Although outrage was widespread, the assembly remained united behind King Harrowmont. It was not long before Branka mastered Carradine's technique, learning how to use the Anvil of the Void to create new golems, the first in many centuries. The Dwarven people greeted this news with cheers, though few knew the cost. Initially, King Harrowmont was more than willing to provide volunteers for Branka. The golems were sorely needed to crush Balin's rebellion, after all, and they did so with success. But eventually, Harrowmont declared that no new dwarven souls could be used on the anvil. The unending need for golems in the deep roads, however, gave rise to secret surface raids to kidnap humans and elves for the Mad Paragon. Oh no. When this came to light, a brief war broke out between Orzammar and Ferelden. The gates to the subterranean city were sealed and Harrowmont's kingdom became more isolated than ever. Branka insists, of course, that the raids on the surface continue. God damn it, Branka. As good as her word, Morrigan disappeared once the archdemon was slain. Someone of Morrigan's description was seen traveling alone months later, heading west through the Frostback Mountains, and she may even have been with child. There was no word of her after that, with Flemeth dead, or at least gone. The chances of tracking her down were slim indeed. One cannot help but wonder, however, what became of the child? What were Morrigan's plans? These questions must remain a mystery. ... for now. Both Merlin and the companions who helped defeat the Blight eventually scattered to the four winds, drawn either by personal duty or the call to further adventure. Circumstance dictated that they would not see each other again, at least for a time. As the blighted lands began to heal and the Grey Wardens slowly rebuilt the Order of Amaranthine, they discovered that the fight against the Darkspawn was not yet complete. Although the Horde was routed and had dissolved upon the Archdemon's death, many of the more powerful Darkspawn survived to organize roving war bands that preyed both upon the land and upon each other. These war bands spread havoc, and some even journeyed west into Orlais or crossed the Shining Sea by the deep roads. They proved incredibly difficult to wipe out. But these are tales yet to be told. This tale ended when Merlin sank his blade into the Archdemon's head and destroyed it forever. It was not the last that Ferelden would hear of him, however. Hey, an Alluvian. Hey, it's Morrigan. Where's the robes I gave you?
The Alluvian. And it's glowing. We should...
I think she's expecting you. Ask her about our book.
No further, please. One more step and I leave. For good this time.
Hello to you too, Morrigan.
I assume you know what this is. I have gone to great lengths to find and activate this portal. Give me reason and I use it, and you will not be able to follow.
Yeah, I didn't come here to fight. Let's just, have some wine. Chit-chat. See where that leads.
I did not think you had. Tell me, why did you come?
No. It's my own shortcomings. I just couldn't let it end like that.
And you once argued with me that love is not weakness. I will never understand you, and you will never understand me.
It's okay. Even so, we helped each other.
Yes. I suppose we did. I would not even know where to begin explaining.
Yeah, no more questions. Just good to see you.
Then allow me to provide you a warning. 'Tis Flemeth you should beware of, not me. Hunt her if you hunt anyone.
But Flemeth is dead, he said in a completely naive way.
My mother has tricked her way past death and more. She is no more finished than I am. I thought I knew what Flemeth planned. I thought what she craved was immortality, and yet I was wrong. So very wrong. She is no blood mage, no abomination. She is not even truly human. The ritual was but a means to an end, a herald for what is to come.
Why? What's going to happen?
Change is coming to the world. Many fear change and will fight it with every fiber of their being. But sometimes change is what they need most. Sometimes change is what sets them free.
Is that what you want?
What I want is unimportant now. I cannot tarry longer. The time has come for me to go.
Take me with you.
Cannot know what you ask. 'Twould be better if you stayed. For you. For us both.
But.
Come, my love. We will face the future together.
Aw, kisses. Oh, by the way, you're not getting that book back. Ta-ta. Okay. So, that was short. It was about what I remembered. I didn't remember all the details, but yeah, so that's that. It makes a lot more sense after having played the next two games and coming back to this, which is kind of fun. All right, so you have a great rest of your whatever, and I will see you next time. Ta-ta.